I've got a book review for today. This one is a series book review, and it's from the Torn series by Amanda Hocking. So Torn is the first book. Second book is Switched, and the third book, which I actually read on my Kindle, it's not, my Kindle's broken, and I can't always rotate. But the third book is Ascend. There we go. See what I mean? I can't rotate it. It's good for watching YouTube videos, but not good for reading. But there we go. So I'll just read the blurb of the first book for you. I won't read the blurb on the back of the second and third book because I don't want to spoil it for you. So I'll just read the first one. So it says a Trylle novel. I think that's how you pronounce it. Acknowledging that she was different from everyone else wasn't difficult for Wendy Everly. She'd always felt like an outsider, but a new world, a new family is a little hard for any girl to accept. Leaving behind the mysterious country of her birth, she is determined to fit back into normal life. But the world she's left behind won't let her go that easily. Kidnapped and imprisoned by her true family's enemies, Wendy soon learns that the lines between good and evil aren't as defined as she thought, and those things she'd taken for granted may have been lies all along. With the help of the dangerously attractive Loki, she escapes back to the safety of Förening, only to be confronted by a new threat. It's time to make a choice. Can she put aside her personal feelings for the sake of her country? Torn between duty and love, she must make a choice. That could destroy her once a true happiness. So, I'm not really sure why I picked this up, and I can't remember where I picked this up. Part of me thinks that this might be a young adult fiction, but I'm not entirely sure. Purely because it's kind of she's a late teen, but she's still at school. It's an American, so it's that high school. I think she's about 17, so. Because of that, I kind of think it might be a young adult. That being said, I found it quite slow to begin with. I kind of thought, oh, here we go. It's the typical kind of, she's at school, she meets this guy, he's kind of aloof. I was kind of thinking a little bit Twilight here. But as the book goes on, it's really quite different. The first book is kind of a little bit Twilighty, but the book for me, I stuck with it. But for a book for me, gets better as it goes on. So basically, it turns out that she's never felt like she's fit in. Who she considers her father, he died when she was young, and her mother, who she thought was her birth mother, has always known that she wasn't her child, or she's always felt that she wasn't her child. And also Wendy has never really felt like she's fit in either. She never really feels like she belongs to that family. And it turns out that she doesn't. She's in fact a troll. And so, but Wendy's cool with that, basically, because she's never felt like she's a human. She's never felt like she's fitted in. So she's confronted with that, but you find out then something quite significant, which I'm not going to tell you because that will then still spoil the story, and it is quite a significant thing. But not only is Wendy a troll, she's also something else that she didn't realise she was, and that's what kind of puts the spin on the story. And kind of, it's really hard to give a review without telling too much, but because I don't want to spoil it, because it is good. It is good. This one wasn't terribly fast paced. It was kind of a pleasant read, really easygoing read. I did get through this book in a week though, but then towards the end, it kind of really left me wanting more. It started off slow, but got me wanting more. So I then got the second in the series, which is the Switched book, and this one for me personally, I think this was the best the best book out of the series, because you follow Wendy even more in her new life, and there's various things that go on in this book, and I found this book to be really, really gripping. So much so that I'd finished the book sooner than what I thought I had, because actually in the back of the book is kind of a preview for one of her other books. So I was reading the book thinking, oh, it's okay, I've still got loads left. And then all of a sudden it finished, and it finished on a real cliffhanger. This one, the first in the book, could almost be a standalone book. Because it kind of finishes and you think, okay, finished. This one, however, finishes on a cliffhanger. So I finished it and I was like, I really could not wait for the next book to arrive in the post. So rather than order a hard copy, I ordered the Kindle, and it was there in seconds, obviously, and I literally started reading this book. The moment that had finished, I started reading the third book, the Ascend book. And again, really, really, really good. You follow her life. I really want to say more, but I don't want to spoil it, because like the rest of the books are... So in the first book, she finds out she's a troll, but she also finds out there's something else about her, that she's special in other ways. She's special because she is something, and she's also special because it turns out she's got magical powers, and powers that she can do things with. So yeah, and then so that kind of, the rest of the books kind of follow what she does with her powers and what she does being that special sort of person. And then the third book just kind of finishes that off, and kind of basically just resolves the story and everything else that's happened. It's a really, really good book. Slightly anticlimactical for my liking. I kind of... Because it was all action, and then all of a sudden it was like... almost like, and then they lived happily ever after. So the ending was a little bit disappointing for me, because it finished and I was like, oh, right, yeah, that's the end then. Okay. But the whole story was really good, and the character building was really good, and I really got into the world. I kind of really... Amanda Hocking, she really made you feel part of the world. She was very good at just dragging it in and kind of building relationships and kind of getting you to they almost started to feel like my family. So yeah, so it was a really good read. I would recommend the trilogy, certainly if you're looking for something a bit different. I've read lots of witches and wizards books. I've never read anything with trolls. So for that I was really interested, and I really enjoyed it. So there you go. That's the Torn trilogy by Amanda Hocking. So if you've read it, let me know. I'd love to know what you thought too. So happy reading.